של המים, ברעב שמיים, תפילת האדם. O Lord, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the flash of the heavens, the prayer of woman and man. Achol ve'ayam, rishru shel hamayim, birat hashamayim, tefillat adam.
This is the hour of memory, and this our house of comfort. Wounded by loss, we retreat from life. Our synagogue gathers us in. Into this place, we bring stories and prayers, unanswered questions, tears that need to be shed, lives collected and carried within us, moments of courage and laughter and pain. This day embraces them all. This place embraces us all. Now the heart opens in sorrow, for we are time's subjects, and all that we love, we must lose. So let us hold fast to the love that remains and cherish the light of the sun. Today, all of us walk the mourner's path. Together, may we find strength. Page 544.
Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid, ki enini malemot. Of Besari, Yizkor lavita, of Besari, Yizkor lavita. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Page 547.
Enosh kechasir yama, ketzitza sadek enyatz
יום כיפור בלי אבי ובלי אמי הוא לא יום כיפור.
Yom Kippur without my father and without my mother is not Yom Kippur.
מברכת ידיהם על ראשי נשאר רק הרעד, כמו רעד מנוע שלא פסק גם אחר מותם.
From the blessing of their hands on my head, just the tremor has remained, like the tremor of an engine that didn't stop even after their death. Page 552.
הם בלבד נותרו לי, רק בהם בלבד לא ינעץ המוות סכינו החד.
They alone are left me, they alone still faithful, for now death can do no more to them.
במפנה הדרך בערוב היום יקיפוני חרש, ילבוני דום.
At the bend of the road, at the close of the day, they gather around me silently and walk by my side.
ברית אמת היא לנו, קשר לא נפרד, רק אשר אבד לי, קנייני לעד.
This is a bond nothing can ever loosen. What I have lost, what I possess forever. 555.
52. Oh no, 55, yes. אדוני מאדם ותדעהו בן אנוש ותחשבהו
Adonai, how hard to fathom that we are worthy of your care. How astonishing your awareness of us. For we are like the morning mist, our days, a passing shadow. At dawn we flourish anew, by dusk we wither and fade. Sending us back to earth's dust, you tell us, return, you who belong to humanity. If only we were wise and understood what lies ahead. For when we die, we carry nothing away. We leave our possessions behind. So mark the wholehearted, take note of the upright, for there is purpose in a life of integrity. Adonai, you replenish the lives of all who revere you, and those who trust in you will never despair. From the prison of my grief I called you, and you led me to open spaces. Happy is the one who draws strength from God, whose heart is on a path to you. Send forth your light and your truth. They will guide me.
Yes, I know. השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה. אדוני ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך. אדוני ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה
Song for reaching up. I turn my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help comes from the eternal maker of heaven and earth. God will not let your foot give way. Your guardian will not slumber. See, the guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The eternal is your guardian. The eternal is your protection at your right hand. By day the sun will not strike you, nor the moon by night. The eternal will guard you from all harm. God will guard your soul. The eternal will guard your going and coming now and forever. Page 559. In my darkness, be a light to me. In my loneliness, help me to find a soul akin to my own. Give me strength to live with courage, and give me courage to draw blessing from life, even in the midst of suffering, to hold fast against the storm, and to smile at a loved one's glance. 561. When I cry, my voice trembles with fear. When I call out, it cracks with anger. How can I greet the dawn with song when darkness eclipses the rising sun? To whom shall I turn when the clouds of the present eclipse the rays of tomorrow? Turn me around to yesterday, that I may be consoled by its memories. Were not the seas split asunder, did we not once walk together through the waters to the dry side? Did we not bless the bread that came forth from the heavens? Did your voice not reach my ears and direct my wanderings? The waters, the lightning, the thunder remind me of yesterday's triumphs. Let the past offer proof of tomorrow. Let it be my comforter and guarantor. I have been here before, known the fright, and found your companionship. I enter the sanctuary again to await the echo of your promise. Next page.
הנשם הלך והגוף הלך, חוסה חוסה העולם הלך. הנשם הלך והגוף הלך, חוסה חוסה העולם הלך. הנשם הלך והגוף הלך, חוסה חוסה העולם הלך.
From page 568 to 578, the different personal Yizkor prayers for the loss of different loved ones that we have. So we take these few moments to meditate on our loss, to meditate on memory.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember. יש כוכבים שאורם מגיע ארצה, גם כאשר הם עצמם עבדו ואינם. יש אנשים שזיו זכרם מאיר, כאשר הם עצמם אינם עוד בתוכנו. עוד אלה המבהיקים בחשכת הליל, הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך, את הדרך. הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך, את הדרך. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember. We remember. We remember.
Page 579. Adonai, through all generations we have found our home in you. Before the mountains rose up, before the birth pangs of the earth, you alone have been with us, steadfast and constant for all time. In the end, you return us to dust, saying, "Come home now, daughters and sons of Adam and Eve, you are mortal. In your sight, 1,000 years pass in an instant, like a fleeting watch in the night. But how brief the span of our lives. Our years flow by in a dream. We sleep away our days. In the morning we blossom in beauty. In the evening we wither away. Burnt like grass in the blasting heat of summer, we perish like chaff on the wind." A human life might be 80 years and 10, or 80 years for those who are blessed with strength. So many days consumed by toil and troubles, then our time is cut short, and too soon we go into the dark. So teach us to number our days, that we may bring home a heart of wisdom. Give us a sense of your presence. Nourish us with your compassion. Knowing your love at the dawn of our life, let us live our days in contentment. May our moments of joy surpass the times of struggle. May we taste the sweetness of each precious day. May the work of our hands bring fulfillment. Page 594.
Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me
Yizkor, a memorial prayer for October 7th by Benjamin Holtzman. Yizkor Elohim, may God remember the pure souls of the victims of the Simchat Torah massacre of 5784, the murdered men and women, the elderly and children, including the stranger and the resident, in the kibbutzim, the moshavim, and the cities, in the homes, at the festival, and on the roads, the brave-hearted civilians and soldiers who rushed to defend the towns, the emergency squad fighters and those posted at the fence, the police officers and security forces, and the members of the rescue teams. May Israel remember and mourn the wisdom of the elders, the love of the parents, the radiance of the youth, and the innocence of the children. Remember their sacrifice and let their merit stand for us and for all of Israel. O land, do not cover their blood. May they rest in peace in their final resting places. And let us say, Amen.
At this time of our prayer of remembrance, it has become our TBO custom to share a personal story of memory of someone in our community. In light of the anniversary of October 7th, we turn our hearts to our homeland, Israel. We express our most heartfelt gratitude to Barbara Ravid, who is sharing her personal story of Gabrielle Bloom. Given the close relationship, the proximity of how raw the wound of loss feels at this time, she asked that we present her story on her behalf. We invite Sky Monroe to the Bima to deliver this story.
Joyce is the sister I never had. Our families lived in Brooklyn in neighboring apartments. Her family lived on the 4th floor, and ours lived on the 1st, opposite them. We could literally yell to each other from our respective houses. Our moms walked our carriages together when we were babies. We were born into what has become a lifelong friendship. We were best friends growing up and have remained close our whole lives. I even met my husband through her husband because they were in a fraternity together. We were married around the same time, shared our maternity clothing, and had our children at the same time, Jonathan, then Mitchell, Eric, and Jennifer. The kids all grew up as a sort of chosen family. Joyce's daughter, Jennifer, immigrated to Israel the year she was married. She was 9 months pregnant and wanted nothing more than to give birth in the Jewish homeland. She gave birth to her oldest daughter, Mira, and then every 18 months thereafter. Next was Gabrielle, then Nafrat, Aminadav, Eviatar, and finally, after 7 years, she had Batya, the baby of the family. All 6 kids, 3 girls and 3 boys, grew up very close to and very supportive of one another. Gabriel was the oldest son. He was the friendliest and kindest person. He cared deeply about others and went out of his way always to make sure that everyone around him was included. When he was growing up, he loved dancing, painting, and playing basketball. He didn't always follow the easiest path, but the path that felt truest to him. Other than being a talented painter, Gabriel also loved fixing and building things around the house. He possessed inner strength and a simple joy for life that made him loved by all those he encountered. He was the family comedian and always showed so much creativity as well as a strong work ethic in all that he did. His siblings said that he always made dinners so lively and fun. Gabriel studied engineering in Be'er Sheva and had just entered the 4th and last year of his studies. He was also in a long-standing, meaningful relationship and was planning to be married to his beloved right after graduation. He was supposed to graduate as an engineer in June of 2025, but like other selfless Israeli heroes, he answered the call to serve in the reserves following the attack on Israel on October 7th. Gabriel served as a combat engineer in the Etzioni Brigade's Engineering Battalion 8173. Due to his specific area of technical expertise, he was pulled from his battalion, fighting in the northern border, in order to lead a special mission in Gaza. Gavriel displayed a unique combination of expertise, leveraged with creativity and experience. With his special skills, he led missions above and below the grounds of the intricate tunnels in Gaza. Then, on January 8th, while blowing up the tunnels, Gavriel was killed along with 6 other soldiers in his unit. He was proud of his service in the IDF and proud to wear the uniform and what it represented. Losing him has been infinitely difficult on his family and on our family here in the US. We've been devastated since and in disbelief of this difficult loss. Following Gavriel's death, the IDF discharged his 2 brothers who are also on our list. But they have insisted on staying in the military in order to serve in honor of Gavriel's memory. It is heartbreaking that someone just starting out on their life's journey, carrying so much promise of goodness, could be taken away so young. Our family will never be the same without him.
אין לי ארץ אחרת is on page 289. אין לי ארץ אחרת, גם אם אדמתי בוערת, רק מילה בעברית חודרת אל אורכי, אל נשמתי, בגוף כואב, בלב רעב, כאן הוא ביתי. לא אשתוק כי ארצי שינתה את פניה, לא אוותר להזכיר לה, ואשיר כאן באוזני עד שתפקח את עיניה. אחרת עד שתחדש ימיה, עד שתפקח את עיניה.
Page 597. Our loved ones live in our broken hearts, and at times that brings some measure of healing. Their acts of kindness and generosity are the inheritance they leave behind. We feel their absence, but the beauty of their lives abides among us. As it is said, the name of one who has died shall not disappear. Our loved ones' names and their memories will endure among us. And these are the names on our lips and in our hearts. These are those in our community, in our families, in our circles whom we have lost in this last year in 5784. Ellen Berger, Glenn Burnfield, Sandra Burnfield, Eric Blyer, Gabrielle Bloom, Robert Austin Boudreau, Judith Abramson Brown, Muriel Chase, Janet Eisenstein, Edith Heidi Farbin, Rita Louise Fox, Marvin Gelstein, Alan Giever, Selma Hans, Gail Hecht, Enid Kadish, Marjorie Kasman, Stuart Owen Krevsky, Francine Milberg, Joan Moscow, Irene Novin, Joe Roth, Herbert Rubin, Camille Sands, Rhoda Schechter, Howard Schulte, Leonard Sickle, Arlene Sarah Simon, Anita Friedman Teradash, Louis Weinberg, Carol Weinberger, Edith Weinstein, Edward Conrad Weiss, Barbara Spector Yaninas, Jody Levy Issachar, and Chias Yoslav. We rise on page 598 for Amalei Rachamim.
שוכן במרומים, המצא מנוחה נכונה, תחת כנפי השכינה. קדושים וטהורים, כזור הרקים הזהירים, לנשמת יקירנו שהלכו יסתירם בסתר כנפיו לעולמים, ויצרור ביצרור, החיים את נשמתם. אדוני בשלום על משכבם ונאמר
Merciful God, God Most High, let there be a perfect rest for the souls of our loved ones who have gone into eternity. May they find shelter in your presence among the holy and pure, whose light shines like the radiance of heaven. Compassionate God, hold them close to you forever. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May they find a home in you, and may they rest in peace. And together we say, Amen. Please be seated. We're on page 603. Words from our beloved Rabbi Rossoff. If every life were like a drop of rain, each of us a small solitary self, then death would be for us return, back to the ocean whence we came. Some raindrops soft and gentle as the showers of spring, others hard and raging like summer storms of hail and thunder. Each life a separate journey back to the beginning and back to God. Picture God as a great ocean teeming with life in the ebb, tide, and flow, where each raindrop begins and ends and begins again and again. In the dance of waves, we dance forever, not I as I, nor you as you, and yet together, rising and falling, soft and peaceful, hard and raging, a dance we only dimly see, to music we but faintly hear, together and forever. And if all this were so, if God were like the ocean, and each of us like rain and mist, would my heart not break at losing you? Could the ocean contain my tears? We think of our loved ones whom we have recently lost. I heard earlier someone wanted me to add the name of Irene Schatcher, the mother of our longtime preschool director, Jenny Rubin. And we continue to be in the period of Shloshim, the first month of mourning for Enid Kadish, Leonard Sickle, Rita Louise Fox, Glenn Burnfield, and Camille Sains. And this week marks the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of Emma Aresti, Elliot Becker, Herbert Epstein, Eric Futterwaite, Mabel Gingold, Batya Goldman, Max Goodman, Dorothy Herbert, Pauline Herstreet, Fanny Eidelberg, Philip Karsten, Eva Levy, Joseph Marcello, Florence Miller, Gertrude Pear, Jan Ravid, Max Reinfleisch, Lillian Rouse, Matthew Rouse, Jerome Stein, Marvin Strauss, Glenn Swatinsky, Leonard Tolkoff, David Wachtell, Robert Weinstein, Irene C. Weiss, Dorothy Winkleman, and David Zaborski. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing. We add all of the names of those we've lost. Mourner's Kaddish is on page 606. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yit'halal, shemei d'kudesha, b'richu, le'ela u'le'ela mikol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru. Amen. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us, for all of Israel, and for all who dwell on earth. And let us say, Amen. We come to Ne'ilah, the closing of the gates, our final service. There's a tradition at Ne'ilah for the ark to be open. Some people might choose to stand the whole service. You might get an extra burst of energy. You do not have to stand, but if you would like to stand the whole service, you can. But for a few moments, and we've done this the last few years, for a few moments before we begin, and I have to go get the Havdalah set, which I forgot. You have a moment as individuals, as families, to come up to the ark, to offer your closing personal prayers for the day before the gates metaphorically close.
And you're also invited to come up because there's lots of room upstairs and room over here. So let's come to the same space for these last moments together. 2 minutes.